Yo, Bo, welcome to another episode of In the Life with MightyFan. I remember my towel this time. Turn the engine off. I am here outside of the Cherry Hill Mall in New Jersey, and I just left the mall. I couldn't get here some weeks ago because traffic sucked. And I figured, let me try again today. And sure enough, I was able to make it here. You'll excuse me as I drink some Mountain Dew. What do we have today? We have Voltage Mountain Dew. This is my caffeine. I'm not a coffee drinker. I've never been a coffee drinker, so if I need a shot of caffeine in the morning, it's usually either an energy drink or Mountain Dew or some sort of soda. Which is probably terrible for you in the morning, but we move on in life, right? I guess it's between sometime, what time is it? I don't even know. Between 11 and noon. I'm going a little mall hopping today. I just, my clock's screwed up. I don't even know what time it is. I'm going to say it's between 11 and noon, because I left the house at 10. And I got here about between 10:30 and 10:40. Blasting Gojira as I came in. And I also picked up, because it's a Philly, so you gotta have your good breakfast in the morning, so you gotta have a soft pretzel. See, that's how you know. That's how you know you might be a Philly resident. That's a good wholesome breakfast right there. A pretzel and Mountain Dew. A soft pretzel and Mountain Dew. That's just how MightyFan rolls. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty right there. Good and hot. I usually go with mustard, but I didn't this time. They did give me the mustard option, but I figured I might make a mess. Yo, there's some sort of Hello Kitty thing going on back there. You got this big line, and there's like a pink van for Hello Kitty. Noticed it when I was walking in. It's nuts. I don't know what they're selling. I have no idea. I'm not a Hello Kitty's man, but I said, oh, okay, that's different. It's not something you're going to see every day. I think, as I heard, is I went into Pro Image, and I guess someone was in there with the bag, and I think, as I heard, it's like an annual event or something. Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. But yeah, so I went to Pro Image, Lids, and Rally House. And I went to FYE too. In fact, FYE had some really cool horror, iconic figures and shirts. They had a Saw puppet, which is one of my buddies, as we should know. And if you don't know, now you know. Looking forward to the next Saw movie. My buddy's in it again on the tricycle. I'm happy. So, it doesn't take much for me. It's, give me a Michael Myers movie, a good one. Unlike the last, we're not even going to discuss the last Halloween movie, but the puppet from Saw, that's all I need, honestly. I'm a man of very few, very simple. The Fast and Furious franchise, the Die Hard franchise. Welcome to the party, pal. And I'm good. Make a Mighty Mouse movie. Damn it. I'm telling you, every other superhero known to man is going to have a movie. Like the most obscure superhero ever will have a movie before Mighty. I feel kind of way about that. But anyhow, the FYE is a cool store to go to. They're few and far in between anymore. I know there's one here. I know there's one at the Plymouth Meeting Mall. I don't remember if there's still one at KOP, but they're fun to walk in because you get lost in all the stuff. And I saw this saw puppet bobblehead, but I think I have one that I got years ago. And I'm like, is this kind of the same? Yeah, I didn't want to take it out of the box. I didn't want to be that guy, you know. Then the styrofoam gets everywhere and you look like an idiot. So anyhow, I kind of said, yeah, maybe I'll come back at some point for it. You can never have too many saw puppet items. Did I mention Billy's a buddy of mine? I met Billy many years ago at a horror convention. One of the actual puppets they used in the movie. Got my picture with. It was a good day, as Ice Cube once sung about. But no, so, you know, went there. I saw a really cool Eagles Swoop the mascot in the Kelly green. Which, fun facts, the current Swoop was not how he looked when they wore the Kelly green. And he wore 0 back in the day. And I don't even know if his name was Swoop back then. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But he was a pudgy looking eagle. You know, the Swoop is now in shape. You know, he's gone to the gym, you know, and has had workouts. And, you know, now he's like a linebacker now. But I remember the Eagles, the old mascot eagle, and it just had a big number 0 on the uniform. But still, a cool item. It had the old, you know, logo, the full eagle logo. It was basically on it. He was giving you the point in the old Kelly green colorway, which we will see him and the Eagles in this year twice. Again, unfortunately, it's not against Dallas or the Giants or even Washington. It's Buffalo and Miami. Because when you think of rivalries with the Eagles, you think of Buffalo and Miami. They missed the mark on that one. I don't know why they decided not to use the Kelly green against the Giants or the Cowboys. That would have been the way to go. But yeah, still good to see it back. And as you can see, yeah. So that was a cool little item. They had some sales. They had like Flyers, Fanatics branded jerseys for like $80 each. I saw Travis connecting. I almost pulled the trigger, but I'm like, I think I can wait a little bit. Wait till it gets a little closer to the season. I do hope to go to some Flyers games again this year. See, the only good thing about the fact, well, now the Flyers have actually, they're doing the right thing, and they're admitting that they need to start over, which they should have done like 3 or 4 years ago, but it is what it is. Better late than never, as the old saying is. But one of the good things about it is you can get tickets cheap to go to the game. And for hockey games, I'd rather sit up high because you can see the whole ice, you can see the plays developing. I love to sit. In fact, it's cool. I think I forget who said it was. Like maybe it was Al Morgani or someone, you know, a real hockey expert or something. You know, said one of the best places to sit during a hockey game is up in the corner. Because you can see everything. You can see all the plays developing and everything. And I believe in that. So when I get tickets to a Flyers game, I usually try to sit up somewhere either in one of the corners or straight ahead so you're looking at the whole ice, you can see everything. You know, it's just a cool place to sit. And you can get tickets for pretty cheap, you know, sitting in those sections. It depends on who they're playing. You know, if they're playing the Penguins or the Rangers or something, they're going to gouge you. But if they're playing, like, you know, the Jets, you know, the Coyotes, you know, some other team, you can get to. Actually, last year I got tickets when they played Edmonton, and the ticket was pretty cheap. And you know, Edmonton, you know, you got McDavid and Draisaitl. It's a good team, but I got to go to that game. It was right before the Super Bowl, so everyone had Eagles. So I had my Eagles. Yeah, it was like an Eagles pep rally that night, and but I. You know, I got tickets pretty cheap for that one. And so I'm hoping to go to like 3 or 4 games, get those type of seats. Maybe Mark M will join in at one of them. You know, it's fun. It's fun to go to games. You know, the team's going to stink. You know they're going to stink. I'm glad. Let them rebuild. I want them to rebuild. I can't wait for 3 years from Ishkov to come over, right? And, just go to games cheap. I mean, if they were great, the tickets would be through the roof. So you take it while you can. But so I might try to get one of those jerseys kind of cheap, just to kind of wear around, wear at a game or whatever. I do have a few Flyer jerseys already, just a few. Teasy. The rack full, but anyhow, you can never have too many. As Snacks would say, how many do you need? Don't judge me, damn it. So anyhow, I went there. I went to Lids. That Lids at the Cherry Hill Mall usually has the best selection. I was disappointed today. I'm looking around. They have all these sale hats, and they're all over the place. It's very messy. And there wasn't much in the new release stuff. It was one of those, kind of. I went in there, I looked around. All right, I left. I didn't get the swoop figure. I thought about it. Maybe I still will. I'm going to another mall. There's some mall hopping today. So I might go to, I'm going to go to the Franklin Mills Mall. Now, I know it's called the Philly Mills Mall, but I agree, like the Philly captain, if you call it the Philly Mills Mall, you're a jerk off, okay? Because it's the Franklin Mills Mall. I made a mistake. I called it Philly Mills a few times. Maybe I'm the jerk off. I don't know. But it's the Franklin Mills Mall, damn it. They never should have changed the name. Bastards. Anyhow, the Franklin Mills Mall is where I'm going now because my buddy Anthony is now the manager. I got a call from Anthony as I was pulling into this parking space. Anthony called me from Pro Image. He is now the manager, the head man at the Pro Image at the Franklin Mills Mall. And I said, maybe I'll come over there, pay you a visit. I'll GPS it over there because God knows I don't know where I'm going anymore. I know how to get here. But from here to Franklin Mills, I'm not sure. I know we had this discussion this week on Rez's Live. I'm gonna take some more pretzel. We had a discussion about how people, nostalgia, how people did things back in the day. And one of the things was, how did they get from point A to point B with those gigantic road maps? I mean, the thing was as big as my windshield when you open it up. They used to do that's crazy. My dad used to do it. We used to take road trips. We used to go to the Poconos and different places. He would have that road map, and it would be folded, and he'd be following it. Now, back then, you're not thinking that way, right? It's just, it's like you're doing it like the back of, like the back of your hand. Whereas today, you just GPS, you can go anywhere you want. I'm bopping around. I'm going to Maryland. I'm going to Connecticut, up in, wherever. Sometimes I'm a little nervous on the road. And Slim would tell you I missed the exit. I almost missed the exit a few times in Connecticut. Slim got nervous. He grabbed the oh shit bar a few times. But I'm glad for GPS because it takes you where you want to go. You just have to follow it and make sure you remember to get off at certain exits. Oh, that's good soft pretzel. Sometimes you get a soft pretzel. That's a good one. And I think the Philly captain would approve of that soft pretzel too. The Philly captain, like me, is a pretzelman. So I think that, he would approve. So Philly captain, if you come to the Cherry Hill Mall, I forget the name of the place. It's in the food court. Right on the corner there as you're walking in from one of the main walkways on the first floor. It's right there on the corner. They have I guess they have a place you can get little different like drinks, like different fruit drinks and stuff. I think it's that same restaurant, and they have the thing of soft pretzels in there. And I didn't get it today because I wanted to get my shot of caffeine. But that place has the best freaking lemonade. I'm a lemonadesman. So they had like this like blue berry or whatever it is lemonade. Oh, I may have to come back. I love that lemonade. It's one of the best lemonades. It's just really good. It just has that perfect tartness to it. Annie Ann's has a really good one too, but you have to ask for it. You know, you just say lemonade, they're just going to give you lemonade. You have to ask for the blue flavoring or whatever flavoring. They have 3 different flavorings, I think. That one's really good. That's a refreshing lemonade. I'm rambling on. That's usually what I do, but I'm trying to entertain people. This is what I do. Who loves you, baby? Huh? Kojak and me. I need the lollipop. I need to start, you know? Oh, man. What is that channel? I keep wanting to say Hit TV or something like that. And they put old shows on there. They got Walker. They got Magnum. They got, and they got Kojak at 10 o'clock. Times are different back then. It really was. But talk about nostalgia stuff, right? So no, I'm going to go over to Franklin Mills. Wow. I'm going to go over to Franklin Mills. See my buddy Anthony, Pro Image. It's a sad mall. Used to be a real lively mall. Now it's Philly Captain. It's a mall of sadness. When I was there, I think earlier in the year, I go there a few times a year. I was there earlier in the year, sitting having some lunch, and bum walked by and asked for money. You're not going to find this at any other mall. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But they still got stuff I like to see. Pro Image, Lids, Burlington. So they got some stuff. They got some stuff that still is, for me, makes a reason to go. But so that's where I'm heading now. I'll probably make this a 2-part video. So I'm doing this now, and then I might do like a actual on-the-road vehicle vlog. This is kind of a vehicle vlog, but I'm just sitting here eating a soft pretzel and drinking a Mountain Dew and chatting with you. So I might do something else coming back from Franklin Mills and, coming back home. Don't know how long I'll be in there. We'll see. Probably gonna chat it up with Anthony, so, that would be a bit. As we know, I like to talk a bit, But, when you're talking to a friend, as I consider all of you friends, I mean, it's just fun, and you just kind of get lost in it. It's a nice day. This is the type of freaking day I like. It's low humidity. It's about 80. It's going to be about 80, 81 today. It feels like a fall, like an early fall kind of day. This is good. The freaking humidity and hot and that I hate. I don't want to be out in those type of days. If it was that type of day, I wouldn't be doing this right now, sitting in with the windows open, because I would be a puddle right now. There would be, like, I would open the door and the sweat would flow out like Niagara Falls from the vehicle. I hope you're not eating right now. It's actually probably not a good vision for me. But anyhow, man, shout out to Rick. Shout out to the Philly Captain and Rick the Puppy. I know Philly Captain did a video yesterday where he was camping outside. Putting that tent together, that was funny. The pop-up tent from Five Below that should just pop up. No, it doesn't just pop up. Quality entertainment. If you haven't subscribed to him, make sure you do so. You can learn a lot about my hometown, Philly, from him. He's really one of the treasures in this town as far as a content creator, because he shows you everything. Like, he goes into detail about different areas. He'll show you little hideaway spots and places to eat, you know, different stuff. It's a lot of information. So make sure you sub to him. Who else should I shout out? Shout out to Baki. Jeffrey Gonzalez, you know, this guy, he looks like freaking Baki. I'm a Baki fan. I'm not a big anime guy, you know, like, Rez can talk to you for days about different anime stuff. A lot of it I never really got into it. I never got into Dragon Ball. I never got into Yu-Gi-Oh. I never got into any of that stuff, right? That really wasn't my thing, you know? A lot of people's things is cool. It never hit me. It never hit me. But that Baki series on Netflix hit me. Like, when I first saw it, it was an instant, like, ooh, this is cool. This is I can get into this. And there's this guy who does content in fitness stuff, you know, and he looks like Baki. Like, it's hard to imagine someone who looks like an anime character, because they're just super shredded and jacked. He looks like Baki. And so he does his videos. He's a very like, you know, motivational type of guy, you know. Not that it's really worked for me, but I'm sitting here, I feel kind of now I feel a little guilty about this soft pretzel sitting there in the Mountain Dew. Now, I'm a slob. It is what it is, but he's very, you know, he seems like a very cool guy, just very motivational, but he's very into what he does. And, like, you know, like me, look, we know I'm sports. That's me. Jerseys, hats. I got rooms of racks of jerseys and hats, and that's me. That's my love. You know, that's what I do. That's what I'm here for on YouTube, right? That's my content that I create, you know? But people, it's fun sometimes to see other people's videos and such for what they're into, what their loves are. Because no matter what your love is, it's cool if you're just putting content out there, you know, sharing that passion, you know, with what you love to do. And so his is fitness. I mean, it is just strict fit. This guy, he's like a machine. It's unbelievable. But he just seems like a really cool, down-to-earth guy. And I guess if we had anything in common, it would be Baki. Because I kind of stumbled across him through Baki. And it was just one of those things. I think on Instagram or something. And it's cool. But he seems like a cool guy. He's a power lifter. You know, I don't know if he's much a bodybuilder, but certainly he's into powerlifting. And he's going to be doing meets and stuff. So good luck to him. Shout out Baki. The new series is awesome. I'm a slow roll type of guy. So if I really like something, like certain things I can like power through, even if I really like it, right? Like when the Cobra Kai series come out. Oh, I love those. And I just, it's one after another. But for certain things, I like to slow roll it. You know, if there's like 13 episodes, I'll watch one, and I'll wait and I'll watch one like that, because I don't want to like just go through it, you know? So the newest series started, or season I should say, started earlier in the month, I believe. And I haven't started because I was still on the last one. I was finishing up the last one. I just enjoy it so much. I'm like, I don't want to just binge watch the whole thing. I want to, you know, take it one episode here, one episode there. So I finished that episode yesterday. I watched the first episode of the newest season. And then the newest season comes out on the 24th of this month. Yeah. That- So, I watched that first episode last night, and I'm like, oh my. I didn't think that they could do anything more that would blow my mind, but it just blew my mind watching that episode. I'm like, oh, this is too good. Oh, this is too good. This is too good. And I didn't know a lot about the backstory. I guess it was a comic or whatever, maybe a cartoon back in the day or whatever, and like Netflix, they did a whole new series. It's freaking awesome, man. Over the top, gore or whatever with the fighting, but it's a lot of fun. And they get some voices in there. I think Carl Weathers is one of the voices. Apollo? I think it's him. I didn't look at the voice talent, but like some of the voices, I'm like, I recognize that voice. Isn't that Apollo? He plays Biscuit Oliver, I think. Kind of sounded like him. I have to look into it. I shouldn't say it because then I could be completely wrong. Sounded like him though. It did. There's a couple other actors that kind of sound like that, so it could be someone else. But I love that series. You don't see a lot of stuff like merchandise though. Like I would wear a shirt or something, You see shirts for everything anime, and I can't really find many Baki shirts. Like even places like FYE, you see everything, all this anime stuff. I don't see any Baki stuff. I feel kind of way about that. Why is it that my interest, you don't see Mighty, you don't see Mighty. I don't know, but it's cool though, man. Like I said, I would always tell people, if you have a passion of something and you're just really, this is what you love, get on YouTube, get on Instagram, put it out there, because that's what makes it fun. Share it with people who might share that passion, Yeah, I don't have that Baki build. I have that Fanatic build. The Philly Fanatic. That that's my speed. But it's cool, man. I mean, if people love what they love. People do what they do. And I'm glad. We have a lot of different people. You have a lot of different people that express their interest here on YouTube. And, do stuff. So like I said, I would always welcome it. And it's cool to see. You got a lot of people in the sneaker game. They do their thing, music. Fitness. People like us in the Jersey Head community, hat community. Which I took an L yesterday because Lids HD put out the Manolo set, whatever it was, the mud bottoms or whatever they were called. It was this set of hats. I think it was all AL teams yesterday. I think the NL ones come out next Friday. And I wanted the Astros one because it was a hook for that J.R. Richard, that white J.R. Richard jersey that I got recently. And it had that shooting star. It had like an Astrodome patch on the side. And it was a white dome with, I think, a black brim. And I think the under was like mud color or whatever, brown or whatever it was that Manolo created. Shout out to Manolo. Really nice set. There were some really nice ones in there, but the Astros one, of course, the one I wanted most is the one that went the quickest. I tried, and I hadn't had an experience like that since the pandemic years, where all the flippers were in there grabbing everything, and hats would be online for like a minute. Like, you literally had like a minute to get stuff back in it. I do not miss that. I'm glad that anymore, but for the most part, you have hats that stay available for a prolonged period of time. Because, you know, man, that was tough back then. That was, man. But the cool thing is some of those hats kind of came back, and they reissued them. So actually, I was able to get one recently, and you'll see it when it comes in from Hat Club. But I tried to get that Astros one last night, or yesterday at noon, and I couldn't. And I made the mistake of trying to get a 7.5, which is a real popular size. I probably should have tried for the 7 3/8, but I thought those days are done. You know, where you don't have to be at like warp speed to get these things, right? But so yeah, I had it in the cart, and I went to check out, and you know, it had sold. I went back, I tried the 7 5/8, same deal. Then the 3/8 actually hung for just a bit, but by the time I went to pay, I mean, it was pretty much over with. So if I tried to get the 7 3/8 first, like before anything else, I probably would have gotten it. Because I think I could have gone through all the... That's the other thing about Lids HD I don't understand. They don't take PayPal. It's like, dude, everyone takes PayPal. What's up with Lids HD? Like, because you still have to go in there, you have to go through like different screens. It's like, damn, man. I forgot about that with Lids HD. I forgot about that. And I'm like, I can't do that. Because I was... I have some Discover rewards that I can use for something, but you have to go through PayPal for it. So I was going to put my Discover rewards on this hat, and I couldn't even do that. So I'm like, all right, well, then already I was like, damn. And then there was too many other screens to go through, and by then the hats were gone. So I guess this is one. I don't know, maybe because it's a Manolo hat or whatever. I have no idea. The Astros one. The Astros hats are usually popular anyhow, but for some reason, I guess because his name was attached to it or something, that's why it sold out that quick. It's a nice hat. It's a nice design, but I'm like, man, I thought those days were done. I thought we were past this. It is what it is. Money saved. That's all I can look at it. Maybe I'll get... I'm kind of hoping that that logo, that design, because maybe this sold out, maybe other people will do it. You know, I'm not saying do the exact same hat, copy off Manolo, but like do other versions of it with the shooting star, because I would get it. In fact, if I can find one that goes with both the home and away, because I have the home and away Richards, that would be even better. Because this one wouldn't have... I mean, see, I'm too picky. I wouldn't have... If I got this hat, I would not have worn it with the gray jersey. Because it's a white hat. You know, I just... Yeah. Like, I have an orange Astros hat with the Astrodome logo on the front. And I got specifically for that road gray Richard. Because it's got the Astrodome patch on the sleeve, right? And I'm like, all right, this goes with it. But I even if I got the Manolo hat, I wouldn't have worn it with the gray one. That one would have specifically been for the white J.R. Richard jersey. So I'm kind of hoping that someone makes a hat with the shooting star logo, with the Astrodome side patch or whatever, that I can put with both of them. That would be great. Like a black hat or something with that, you know, an orange one or something that I can make work with both of them. That would be pretty cool. I mean, as it is right now, if I'm looking at the hats in my collection, probably that orange Astros hat's going to go with both the gray and white J.R. Richard. But I'm just so I want it to go as perfect as possible. That combo wombo's got to work. It's got to work. So that white hat, that would have definitely gone with that jersey. And out of that whole setup, that's the one that caught my eye. And obviously it caught the eye of a lot of people. But there were some nice ones out of it. I like the Royals one. I like the Orioles. I know, not very surprising, right? I didn't get it, though. Snacks, I didn't get it. Slim, I held off on that. So I took an L on a hat yesterday. But it is what it is. I guess I won't make this a two-parter because I've gone on for 35 minutes. I think that's good enough. So I'll probably just make my way over to Franklin Mills and then head on home after that. Hoping the Phillies win today. That was a tough one last night. They took a 6-1 lead against the Nationals, and the freaking Nationals came back the bottom of the inning. Phillies, they have a way to annoy me sometimes. It's the Nationals. I know the Nationals are playing better. They actually have one of the better records since the All-Star break. You can't let that team come back on you when you go up 6-1. I don't care if there is an error in the outfield. You can't let that happen. Sometimes you just gotta be like Baki and smack them down. That's all it is. They're not in your level. You gotta let them get all happy, peacock around the bases. All right. And the thing that I'm worried about when it comes to the Philly teams, that as we know, I'm a fan. That's an understatement. But being a Philly fan, you have to have tough skin. You have to deal with disappointment a lot. But I worry a lot. I'm like, things are going. Like right now, the Phillies have the first spot in the wild card, and there's no way they're gonna catch Atlanta. It's, like I said before, it's Atlanta's division. Hell with it. But I want that first spot in the wild card because that would mean the Phillies would get would play 2 home games in the wild card round, and I know they won both road games last year in St. Louis. But obviously, you want to have the home, field advantage. Plus, I might go to one of those games. So I'm hoping they can hold on to it. But they're like up 2 games on the Gabe Kapler's Giants. If we lose this thing to Gabe freaking that bum, but his teams do have a tendency of fizzling out in August and September, so I'm hoping that happens again. No, Bay Area and Reslo. Oh yeah. We know about him here. We know. I know he won 100 whatever games a few years. What has he done since? Nothing. So anyhow, oh boy. So I'm hoping to hold on to that one. Number 1 wild card spot. And it's hard with baseball. Right? You can't look at it like a football season, Football, every game matters. Every game, and believe me, in this town, we have that football mentality with baseball when the team's good, right? Every game is like, oh my God, like a win, you get so high, a loss, you go so down. And so last night I'm watching this thing unravel. And I'm getting upset. And I'm going, Lorenzen's one of our better pitchers now. You can't let this happen, no? And of course, I knew. As soon as that ball left the yard and the Nationals took the lead, I said, that's it. There's no coming back from this. Even it's how much I believe. But I'm used to, I know the disappointments, okay? That ball left the yard, and they went up 7-6, and we blew that 6-1. I said, that's game. That's it. And sure enough, they got another run. Phillies did nothing the rest of the game. All that offense that they had in the 1 inning, then the rest of the game they can't find anything because all of a sudden this Nationals bullpen is like unbeatable now. And Schwarber hits a home run to lead off the 9th, but that was it. 8-7. 1 inning cost us the game. I'm sitting there going, the Cubs already lost. The Giants lost. This is an opportunity where you can go further up. No. So, So Sunday night, the Phillies are going to play as part of the Little League Classic game on ESPN against Washington. Washington's the home team. for some reason they made Washington, even though Philadelphia is a Pennsylvania team, but Washington gets the home. It is what it is. This wasn't thought all the way through. But anyhow, so the Nationals are the home team, but the game is being played in Williamsport because the Little League World Series is going on. Shout out to the team from Media, PA. What worries me is that whenever Philadelphia is in a a special game, I'm not saying like Super Bowl or whatever, but like during the season, some sort of special game, like the outdoor games, for hockey. Some years ago, the Phillies were in the Little League Classic against the Mets and got blown away. Lugo was on the mound for the Mets. They had nothing for him. And so what worries me is now we're going to another one of these special games. We need this series. We need this because, look, you're playing 2 at Washington. This is a winnable series, even though Washington's been playing better. Then you go home. This is a big homestand for the Phillies. You're home against the Giants, who's right behind us for the wild card. If you lose that series to freaking Gabe Kapler, at this point in the year, they can't do things easy. So they got that series. Then they got 2 winnable series with the Cardinals, who for once and forever suck, and the Angels, who can never get it right. I told you that owner is stupid. I told you he wasn't going to trade Ohtani, and sure enough, he didn't. And he's an idiot. He could have gotten a king's ransom. Now he's going to lose him for nothing. Ain't no way Ohtani. If Ohtani re-signs with that team, Ohtani, what are you doing? But hey, it is what it is, right? Trout did. So, but see, these are winnable. This is a big homestand coming up because the Phillies, for the most part of the rest of the season, they're going to have home games. You got to take advantage. That's why this last homestand when they went 6-4, so that left a sour taste. Yeah, we had the no-hitter. We won some series with that Minnesota series. You win the first game 13-5. You can't win again. You score 1 run in the next 2 games. I knew. See, I told you. This team, when they score a lot of runs one game, the next game or two they go into they hide. So, sure enough, I know Minnesota had some good pitchers, but yeah, step up a little bit, guys. I mean, it's getting to late August now. That's the time. We got to make our move now. Enough. And the Toronto game, Wheeler pitches a gem, and again, they can't hit against Kikuchi. They blow a gem of a start for Wheeler because they can't hit. And then the next game, Aaron Nola's Aaron Nola. You never know what you're going to get out of him. But they win the game because the offense shows up. Harper hits 2 home runs. Then, last night, you're up 6-1 on the last place national team in their building where there's probably more Phillies fans than National fans, and you blow it at the bottom of the inning. I'm going to eat more pretzel. I feel a kind of way about this kind of thing. So, this is big, man. You gotta step up. And I don't lay claim to the licensing of that music. Let me do it. Turn this shit off. There you go. So, I actually turned it off when I said. I don't lay claim to licensing of that. That's not even my kind of music. That was like no. That's no. Do you like it? All respect. That's not for me. Harmonizing, whatever that is. No, I like things loud. I don't need harmonizing. I need headbanging. That's what I need. I want music that doesn't make sense. So yeah, it's a big series, man. You can't look. These are the series you gotta win. If you're gonna hold on to that #1 wild card spot. Hope you're losing to the freaking Washington. I know that they're playing free and loose right now. They got nothing, right? Don't be losing the series to Washington. Find a way. And then you got a big homestand coming up with good old Gabe's Giants coming in to lead it off, and then the Cardinals, and you got to win these damn series. No pressure. You got to win these damn series. Because the fans are going to be there. That place is going to be packed over the week. Yeah. You got to find a way. No excuses. Now, this is it. All eyes are on them right now. Don't screw it up. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I don't know as what wild card spot, but I think they're certainly going to get one of them. I would love it to be the 1 seed. I hope it's the 1 seed. They have no one to blame but themselves if they can't hold the 1 seed. But I think they're definitely going to be in. But, you know, it's either they want to do it the easy way or the hard way. It's a Philly team. They'll probably do it the hard way. It's probably what's going to happen. But anyhow, I've gone on here for 46 minutes. It's a nice day. Did I mention that already? I could use this the rest of the summer. I do not need those 90-degree high humidity crap days, man. I don't need that. This is my speed. I was gonna roll up the windows, and that music kept going. Like, goddamn it, I'm gonna get a copyright claim out in the freaking parking lot. Yeah, I'm gonna finish my pretzel and I can't call this alien piss because it's not green, but I'm gonna well, maybe it could be alien piss. We don't know what color alien piss is. Maybe some people, maybe the government might know. I mean, they, 51, Area 51, where they had the bodies. Still one of my favorite scenes out of Independence Day is when when that actor played the father, Goldblum's father. You knew then. He did say. What's that place? Area 51 with the bodies. It's a great movie. I saw that movie. I know I'm dating myself. I saw that movie in the theater when it came out. To this day, it is still one of my all-time favorite movies that I saw in a movie theater. And I saw it with some friends. It was like 4th of July weekend. And this guy doesn't seem to know where he wants to park. Somewhere from out of state. Okay. So, I saw that movie in the theater, and this is back in the 90s, right? See that movie in the theater, man, that theater had so many, like, moments where people were clapping, and just, you were just zoned into that movie from start to finish. Man, we need movies like that now, man. Everything's a sequel to something, and I still go. There's still movies, like I said, Saw, right? Saw 10, Fast 10, all those, right? Everything's a sequel. But man, to seeing that movie when it first came in the theater, that was an experience. That was an experience. That was a lot of fun, and seeing it with some friends and just having a good time. In fact, that because REM was my first favorite music group, and so back then I'm like, what if they play "It's the End of the World" in the movie? They should play it in the movie. And sure enough, the movie starts with REM's "End of the World." See? I knew it. But that was a great experience. And I remember seeing Jurassic Park when it first came out, and that's when Dolby surround sound started that's when it started coming into the movie theaters. I saw it with my mom. Boy, when that T-Rex roared, oh my, that place shook. Oh my. Yeah, I think those were some of my best, amongst my best movie theater experiences were those two movies. Because when, like I said, Jurassic Park, they just started the Dolby digital surround sound in the theaters, and you can hear everything in that movie. And then Independence Day, just for the experience, just how, how the crowd was, people cheering, clapping, different scenes, and it was a really cool experience. I'm glad those are two movies I'm glad I saw like originally in the theater. There's been others, but there's been many. I've seen a lot of movies over my years. I still do. Certain movies when they come on TV, I call it the click and stick. Just to click it, you just let it go. Anyhow, I've gone on for 51 minutes. Oh my goodness, I thought it'd be done like 10 minutes ago. But like I said, when you're having a good time, you just keep it going. But thanks for watching as always. I'm going to finish off this soft pretzel. I'm going to hit the road. I'm going to get over to Franklin Mills Mall. See my buddy Anthony at Pro Image. I got to see my buddy Markham tomorrow. We're going to be running around doing some stuff. So it's a fun weekend. It's a fun week. A couple weekends I'll be going back to Maryland, Slim's for the Leonard Skinner ZZ Top concert. Looking forward to that. Slim, hope you're doing well in Florida. He's taking a trip to Florida. Slim. in Florida, he's in Gator country. Speaking of the Gators, there's a nice documentary coming on Netflix on the 22nd about those Florida Gator national championship teams from the Tim Tebow era. That's my college team. Besides the local teams, because where I went to college, we didn't have a football team, and now that college is no more. Cabrini. Thanks for the memories. But anyhow, so I've been a Gator fan for many years, and I remember those, So I remember. I'm going to put my stuff on. Okay, then we're going to talk about shakes. There's a documentary coming on the Netflix on August 22nd. Day after my birthday. My birthday's on Monday. 45. Where does the time go? But anyhow, so there's a documentary hitting Netflix so that I guess next Tuesday. And I look forward, but it's always like behind the scenes and guys getting away with whatever the college life, whatever it is, right? Yeah. So you're gonna get the whole picture of of the Gators, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun seeing the footage from those title teams. They haven't been very good for a number of years, but it is what it is. Hopefully someday they can get back to the winning ways again in the swamp. But anyhow, that's going to do it for me officially. Thanks for watching as always. Had a good little talk. So yeah, a lot of stuff to do, so I'm going to hit the road, put the GPS up so I know where I'm going, and then we're gonna make it down over to Franklin Mills, and then tomorrow I'm going to have some fun with Mark M. And then I'm going with Mark M to Wildwood next Friday. That usually I have to remember to apply more sunscreen. I always one year it was really I was beyond lobster. It was just I looked like I just came from the sun. It was terrible. So, but it's always fun. We usually take a day trip there every year. There's like a card show going on. His dad's going to be there. And so we're just going to have a good day next Friday. And And then, like I said, the weekend after that is back to Maryland, back to Slim's for that concert, and just have a good time that weekend with my buddy Slim. And that's going to be it for here. So hope you all enjoyed this 55 minutes going on here of joy. Talked about a bunch of stuff. Had some soft pretzel, had some Mountain Dew, and heard some not great music, but it's what it is. So hope everything's going well for all of you. What do you always got to do, right? You got to leave the likes, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Make sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified to all future content from yours truly. You never know, I could be sitting outside in the parking lot of a mall chit-chatting with you. You don't get this many other places. You get it here. So you always got to be sure you're alerted to what the next content's going to be. I know I've been slacking on some things, the weekend reviews, the Ross vlogs. We'll get there. We'll get there. The Ross vlogs, that will happen. So, Burlington or whatever, we're going to get back to those places for sure this week. So be on the lookout for that. The weekend review, maybe I'll try to do something like, maybe on the weekend or something, and we'll get to that. But there hasn't been a lot of crazy stuff been coming out. There's been some stuff. Mitchell Ness has been putting out a few things, some stuff on Fanatics, but, anyhow, I'm going to go for real, but you all take care, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, everyone.